Welcome to the Art of Dress. Today I'm happy to share with you the effective style on ruby fire coloring. Thank you for coming and subscribing. The thumbnail that you just saw was Coco Rocha, a beautiful model, and here is Natalie Portman, so well known as an actor, and both of them share the same coloring, Ruby Fire. This is the personal color wheel for Ruby Fire. You can see that the colors across the top are very clear, very intense, some light, some warm and some cool. We're going to focus on Ruby itself, the prime color. So what happens when you look at these compared to the styles? Well, you have 7 versions of styles that affect colors by making them more intense, or what you saw in the sort of standard wheel, but heading towards more intensity often. And then the other styles on the left-hand side do the opposite. They influence the colors to be lighter, less intense, and that would include Coco Rocha. So here is the prime color wheel for humanity. And I wanted to show you this first of all because it explains the neutrals. So if you look at the fire section, ruby, red, and yellow fire, the 3 fires, you see they all wear versions of black. And ruby, as the most intense color, wears the most intense neutral, and that is true black. You can also see on this wheel what happens if ruby becomes cooler or warmer. A cooler version of ruby is going to head towards burgundy, the cool colors, and a warm version of ruby is going to head towards orange red. So a little bit more of a red color. So let's start with Natalie Portman and her version of ruby. Here you see her wearing an intense ruby, and this ruby is a little bit muted, as you can see, but it's very intense and it's also slightly cool, and that is the combination of her composite artistry and refined classic style. Now Coco Rocha, she is elaborate Gamine, as I mentioned. She has a tendency to wear her ruby less intense, and you can see that this is more clear, but also not as deep of a ruby. Here's Natalie Portman again in another very intense ruby, also slightly muted and slightly cool. And here, Coco Rocha, still wearing an intense ruby, but nowhere near as intense. It's still cool, it's a little bit more clear, but it is less intense of a ruby. Now, the same thing happens to the neutrals. So we'll start again with Natalie, and here she is, wearing the deepest black probably that she can find, and it is so stunning on her. So more intense because of her style, also cool and muted. That's hard to see in black. And here's Coco Rocha, and her black is significantly less intense than Natalie Portman's. Natalie again, wearing super intense deep black dress, just gorgeous. And Coco Rocha stepping back from that really intense black into a slightly lighter version of black. So I wanted to just share with you one more picture just for fun. This is from way back. Here you have Natalie Portman as Queen Amidala wearing ruby fire trimmed with black and gold. So stunning. So this is the last of the episodes that concern style and coloring. I want to do one more series on color. I'm going to look at color and artistry together because there's a little bit more to show you about that. So that will be next week. I welcome you, and also welcome you to the website, because every week I have a new Discover article which shows you how you relate to the world, and also a new Learn article which is like a personal style consultation for you. And thank you very much again for coming and subscribing, and please take care.